On Wednesdays, we always talk about relationships. Now, understanding each other's love language can go a long way to creating a loving and easy relationship between couples. But a lot of people don't even know their love language. Zuriel Olowe is back, and she's here to talk about identifying our love language, our partner's love language, and utilizing that knowledge for a stronger relationship. Welcome back to the studio.
Good morning, and it's good to be back.
All right then. So, love language. First of all, a lot of people don't even understand what a love language is, what it's supposed to represent. Can you break that down for us?
Basically, your love language is what helps you identify how you want to be loved, how you want to receive love from your partner or from people around you. It's just basically identifying your love zone.
Okay.
And what needs to come into your love zone.
I think people have this perception of what love actually is or what it should be in their mind. But then when you associate it with language, I feel like, okay, maybe the wife speaks Chinese and the husband speaks Russian, and they live together and they expect everything to go smoothly, right? So is it the same if you don't have a love language connection? Is it the same?
It's basically the same thing because in actual fact, there is communication, but there's no understanding.
Okay.
So as we all know, love is an action word, it's a doing word. Okay. So you can't love your spouse or you can't love your partner without taking action. And taking action also means that you're loving them according to the way they should be loved.
Okay. When you say should, doesn't it, well, I'm thinking there's a way I feel I should be loved. But does that actually mean that that's the way they should love me?
The way you feel you should be loved is the way they should love you.
Okay.
Because the moment it's like saying you are in zone A, your love language is in zone A, and someone is giving you zone B.
Okay.
You would not appreciate it.
Okay.
And we have different kinds. We have 5 types of love languages. When a person is not operating in his or her love language, there'll be chaos in the home, there'll be misunderstanding in the home, and there'll be fights in the home.
So let's list these 5 love languages.
You have acts of service.
Okay.
You have touch. Okay. You have words of affirmation. Okay. You have gifts.
Okay.
You have gifts, and you also have quality time.
Okay, so quality time is a love language. For instance, I would appreciate quality time. But what if my partner doesn't have that same love language? How do we manage that?
Sometimes you have couples not having the same love language, and sometimes you have people having more than one love language. There are assessments for you to do to know your love language. Some people do not even understand their love language. They just find out that there are certain things their partner does for them, and their partner expects them to be appreciative of it, and they're just not liking it. They're not saying thank you. So for you to understand your partner's love language, you need to find out what his love language is. So sometimes we encourage partners or we encourage individuals to take this assessment so they know their love language.
Okay.
And you have people loving their partner the way they want to be loved.
So I, for instance, I don't appreciate gifts much. I'm not someone that likes to collect things, but I know that my husband likes to be touched, likes to be held, you know, and I do that a lot. But if, for instance, I'm receiving a lot of gifts, are you saying that that's the reason why I'm not saying thank you all the time? That's why I'm not jumping up and down whenever he buys me something new? Is that what you're telling me?
It may most likely be that your love language is not gift.
Okay.
So for someone that his or her love language is not gift, no matter what you give that person, it will not fill the person's love zone.
Okay.
So imagine someone's love language that is gift. If you go out and you buy something as little as an apple for that person, the person would so much appreciate it, and you think you've done more than that for that person. Okay. If an individual's love language is not gift, and you go out and buy the person a jet, or you buy a house for that person, the person would not be as excited as you expect that person to be.
As opposed to if their love language was quality time.
It was quality time, and you're just spending just 5 minutes with them.
Yeah.
Or the love language is touch, and you're just touching the person on the head, or you're cuddling the person.
That's better connection.
That's heaven for that person. That's better connection for that person.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so let's list those love languages as quickly as possible.
Okay, so you have acts of service.
Okay.
You have words of affirmation. Acts of service is where the person just wants you to help them around.
Okay. Do things with them.
Even when you don't do, when they are not there, the person goes out and come back and say that things are, that person would give you all the attention you want.
Wow.
Words of affirmation, you wake up in the morning, anytime you're telling this person, thank you, baby, I love you. Just words to edify the person's esteem.
Wow.
Then gifts, you are giving the person very little things, yes.
Wow.
Then you have quality time. Quality time is you're spending time with that person.
Okay. I guess over time, as relationships grow, you begin to find out what the person's love language is if they tell you, right?
What we encourage is don't go into a relationship or don't get married when you do not understand your love language.
Okay.
Because it could be a build-up of a misunderstanding that'll get to a bigger thing.
Wow.
So you discuss your love language even while you are dating this person. So the person loves you the way you want to be loved, not the way he feels you should be loved or she feels you should be loved.
Wow. So I'm still I'm remembering stories of women saying, wow, he bought me this, this very expensive phone. I don't know what he was even thinking, why did he buy this thing for me? I don't know. He just likes buying these things. I'm tired. But another person will be thinking, wow, look what he bought. Let's go to these words of affirmation. Now, I'm someone that I like to say thank you a lot. I like to say, well done, Ekushel, you're doing well, baby, I like saying things like that. But what if it's not connecting? What if it's not, sending that message I want to send? What if it's me asking to be affirmed in return?
And you're giving him the love. You're giving him the way you should love. You should love him. Or you also, when you notice that you're doing certain things to make your partner know that I love you, or this is, you're my world, and your partner is not reciprocating, you want to sit down and ask your partner questions. I know when I do this, you're not excited. Is there something about it, or just something else you want me to do? Or better still, you could just take the assessment for the love language, and it will help build. Sometimes you have individuals having two love languages.
Okay.
And sometimes some people grow out of a certain love language.
Okay.
And take up another love language. So you find out that at least once in 6 months, you're doing your assessment to be sure that you're still in your time zone or in your love zone of how you should be loved and how your partner wants to be loved.
My goodness. I don't know, does having kids change, is it possible that having kids would change a certain love language?
No, I don't think it will change a certain love language, but you also want to understand your children's love language also.
Oh, wow.
So you're loving your children the way they are meant to be loved. You're not loving A the way B is supposed to be loved, or you're loving every one of them the same way. I think what happens is that when people begin to grow, nurture comes in.
Okay.
So nurture comes in, nurture begins to compete with nature. And when nurture begins to compete with nature, the most superior one takes the lead. Okay. So sometimes nurture could change people's love language. So when it changes the love language, the person needs to understand that my love language has changed and needs to communicate it. The danger there is that when you do not communicate your love language to your partner and you're assuming that your partner should know your love language, you'll be hurting yourself. Okay. Because your partner is doing the best he knows with what he has at hand, believing that my wife or my husband is still the words of affirmation person or still the quality type person. And most likely the person has moved on from that place. So you need to communicate the moment you understand that, or the moment you realize that you're no longer getting excited about a certain love language that has worked for you over the years.
Okay, I like what you talked about when it comes to the kids. I have twin girls, and I've realized that one of them is always worried whenever I'm about to leave the house, and she starts getting very emotional. But the other one doesn't even care. That one, if you like, go.
Whenever you come, you come.
But if you give that one a hug, she will just melt. She's all yours. Now,
the one that does not care, the one that
doesn't care.
Okay. So, touch.
Yeah, so one is touch.
One could be quality time.
And one is quality time. Now, for people that have kids, they're watching now, how do they do an assessment of their kids?
Now you could, maybe when the child is a toddler till about 6 or 10,
Okay.
Sometimes you could sway, but you could also do love language assessment for your children by asking them questions. Okay, so when mommy goes out, how do you feel? When mommy touch you, how do you feel? When mommy buys you gift, how do you feel? And you get answers.
Thank you so much for coming to the studio. I really appreciated this particular segment, and I have a feeling people at home